Well, welcome back to Hope Harbor Zoo, everyone. I hope you guys are all having one of the most wonderful of wonderful days. Hope you all are going to be enjoying the long weekend for all my American friends out there, and welcome. So, we have a brand new addition over here at Hope Harbor Zoo. I know I said recently that I should probably find like an area with like a little bit more life. I'll tell you what, we'll actually go over here. Do I still have the turkeys installed? Yeah, I do, baby. Alright, so I know I said earlier that Hope Harbor Zoo was going to be in a little bit of a hiatus until the freeze is over. And the freeze is almost over. We currently have a huge event going on in ZSU right now. Again, the link to ZSU will be in the description. I don't think you can sign up just yet, but eventually you should be able to. But a lot of things have been happening, specifically with the big Walk in the Park event. More on that later. I'm probably going to have like all my entries kind of compiled into a single video, just to go over like my whole experience with it with all of you guys. But in the meantime, I still had a few animals that I have not built for just yet. And if you guys know my style of building, I like to build habitats like this. I like to build the nice small ones. These are my favorites. This is a little farm section over here. We have our barn owls in here. I think I took away some. They're climbing and perching in there. And unfortunately, we did lose like the guinea fowl exhibit. But I will be working on that relatively soon. I think we'll even move the guinea fowls over here. So I did hand our little park over to my good buddy Forge. You guys may be very familiar with his name because he builds a lot of stuff for me. He currently has City Conservation Center because, again, I am just not feeling inspired at all. But I was like, listen, I'm bad with plains exhibits. I'm bad with savannas. Can you please help me out? And he did an incredible job with it all. And as you can see, we have the start to a gorgeous African section. Originally, I wanted it to be very themed. I wanted it to have like this kind of like common dynamic going through it all, but I really couldn't settle with it. We also brought back the Hope Island Zoo giraffe statues. We gave them quick old paint over in blue. I'm not sure if I'll keep the blue. They were originally orange, but I may play around with it later down the line. But we do have these guys kind of greeting you into the area, and what my favorite thing about is over here. And this is all pretty much new to Forge too, because I kind of changed around some elements in here, specifically the path. But we have this beautiful little African area, and he brought in some nice bathrooms. He brought in like all these gorgeous decorations. He even hid like a kimono friend back there. I thought that was kind of funny. But this feels exceptionally beautiful, and it really does transport you. It's nothing too crazy, which I do like for Hope Harbor. It's only like 2 stories at max, and even then, that stuff really wouldn't be occupied, so it's really a 1-story building with a little bit of flourish on the top. And after that, it says, thank you for coming. I forgot. He can probably comment in the comments down below. Keep an eye out for him on what that actually says over there, and that will bring you into Moosetown, Maine. I still gotta do a lot of work over here. I gotta get a lot more animals, so I'm gonna be working very diligently to kind of create a lead-in throughout this entire area. And oh my gosh, I just missed this area. It just feels so nice and so clean. I'm going up to Maine relatively soon. Sometime within the next month, so I could actually get some more inspiration specifically from Maine Wildlife Park. Easily one of my favorite parks in like Maine. One out of 2, really. But we should probably talk about all the new additions over here. So coming over here, this nice little signpost. Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. I love the colors. Oh wow. Alright, this area kind of guides you in. And we also have the giraffe misters. I think these are the cutest little things ever. These are all custom by Forge. I'm sure you guys can ask him and put them on the workshop. He did a really awesome job with them. But making our way throughout here, you can start to see some views into the big savanna over here. But what I like what he did is actually shade off this entire area. I think it comes off really well, especially for an area like this. It was just so much in the sun. And especially in Maine during the summer, it gets very hot. So I wanted to make sure that, you know, this kind of gets carried on throughout the zoo. So I'll be copying these over. So thank you, Forge, for that. And making our way throughout here, he even did some custom curving as well. It kind of drove him a little bit crazy, I remember. But no, it really does pay off in the end. But you can see we have this gorgeous savanna, and we finally have our big boys. So yes, we are one of the only holders of reticulated giraffes in ZSU now. And they're officially on display, which I think is incredible. Makes me so happy just to have that. And we also have springbuck, and we also have common ostrich in there. So I think that is exceptional. I just love how well they tower over. I never really appreciated giraffes before, but when they're in such a beautiful exhibit just like this, it really does go to show, like, just how beautiful they can be. I love that view right there. Oh my gosh. Forgive me, guys. I'm going into Ant's hole right now, and I'm taking a little screenshot because that is the cutest thing ever, just like him poking his head over. I really do love that. That is so awesome. But yeah, they kind of like come up to the fences, which is really good to see. Hopefully later down the line, we can kind of expand over to that area so we could get some other views into this habitat. But the idea is to have a few more plains areas, one over here for like Watusi and zebras, maybe eland, I'm not sure. But he also started a beautiful giraffe house for us as well. Really nice. He was allowing me to kind of take full reign inside of here. He set up some areas that would be pretty good for some exhibits later down the line. I will probably work some things in here. I did this little piece over here. It's nothing too crazy. I just wanted to make sure that we have a little bit of realism, so we have little fence over here that stops anyone from really going up and into the grate over there. And I do want to decorate this in here to have like realistic holding stalls and stuff like that. Really bro nation that stuff up, if that makes sense. But this is going to be such an awesome little barn. I did change out this for carpet, but I'm not sure if I'll keep it because the carpet would smell. It is a hoofstock barn after all, but I gotta make sure that we have something kind of that makes sense in there. But I think the smell of hoofstock barns and like giraffe barns really do help it sell the vibe a lot more. I know, it's kind of like retroactive, if that makes sense, but I think that'd be a kind of fun thing to do. But we have this wonderful section leading us in to what's going to happen over here. Again, I don't really have too many big plans for this. Obviously I want to have like one, maybe another open savanna over here because we have a lot of area to fill out. But yeah, I am very excited just to link this area up with over here. I think I'll even start to mark this out with you guys right now. Again, I do have like that path replacement pack that I kind of opted into. Still installed, so that kind of explains why our path is white over here. And I think hopefully if that elevation change is not too bad, I think it's kind of bad, so what I'm gonna do is kind of orient it around over here. And I think if we kind of set this up to be a nice kind of trek through Africa, it'd be pretty good. So eventually I would love to get some stuff like hamadryas baboons. I would love to get some stuff like, you know, maybe even rhinos later down the line. I know my buddy Crocs, who did some beautiful builds for me in the past, will eventually work with me on getting some. He is kind of leading like the rhino breeding program, which a lot of people are getting rhinos surprisingly with the latest event, so that's going to be super awesome. But I think we'll actually connect it over here, and in case if you guys aren't aware, this is going to be a hotel. I think I want to have it have like a few sections. So I think I want it to be like this nice kind of New England style hotel where you could get a beautiful look from here over to Island of Color, and leading out over there you can just get this beautiful view. I do want to decorate the rest of the birdhouse really, just to have it look a lot better. And yeah, just so it isn't such like an unsightly wall from over here. I do want to decorate this place with a lot more color. Here's our like Island of Color aviary for waterfowls. That's very adorable. It's very nice and very bright. And this is going to be our little Sumatran section with I just got approved for sun bears, I got approved for tigers, I got approved for binturongs, and biggest of all, I got approved for plantain squirrels, which are only held in one place, really one zoo in America, which I think is going to be super fun to kind of play around with. I also want to expand our Australian section over there just because, but hopefully the look over here at night will be like this. You'll have the Rainbow Bridge right over there. You'll have like all the temple pieces over there kind of radiated in like multicolored rainbows and stuff like that. I'm very excited for all that to come into play. But we still have a lot of work to do in Hope Harbor Zoo. I'm reaching out to my buddy Croco, who is like the aquarium expert of ZSU, and I really want him to help me figure out a good layout and kind of like a good style for my aquarium. I really do trust him, and if you guys are in ZSU, check out Kaze no Tani Aquarium. It's one of the most inspirational aquariums you will ever see in Planet Zoo. And it's just really incredible, so I want to do some stuff kind of like that. I gotta fix out some of these boulders, which actually, would you look at that? That is very easy for us to fix right there. So that actually worked out pretty good. In case if you guys are unaware, 1.10 actually broke FlexiColor channels. But that's a really simple, easy fix right there. I always love this penguin exhibit. It's just so funky. I'm not sure if we can include like any outdoor fish in there, but that'd be a kind of fun thing to have, wouldn't it? I don't know. But I really do love that. It's such a cool, dynamic exhibit. Always love to see that stuff. But that is pretty much it for our Hope Harbor Zoo updates. Also working on trying to get some more South American animals. As always, I would love to get bush dogs eventually. Maybe kind of throw them back over here in that little trail back here. I know I kind of started on this a while ago, but I never did get to like finish it because we don't really have too many animals in here. But eventually I would love to get some more. I always love this exhibit. It's so gorgeous. But yeah, that is about it for Hope Harbor Zoo updates. I think I showed this off in our tour, but I'm very excited to show it off again. I'm starting to work on some interiors throughout here, so we did get some leafcutter ants, I believe the Texas species, so that's really cool. So it's just all part of this little education station back here. I really like that. We also have like this little section over here. I gotta decorate this a lot more later, just to give the kids a lot more activities and stuff like that. I forget where other one. Oh yeah, we had it in here. But yeah. I forgot that the music actually plays in there, so that was me. But that is our little octopus tank. I would love to get some like giant Pacific octopi. Maybe I'll trade them out to an aquarium or something. My other octopi. I do gotta build a stellar seagull aviary as well because the lovely Tiger Drake donated one for my birthday a while ago, so that was very fun. So I gotta make that eventually. Maybe we can make that its own episode once I do get back into the groove of building. But that is about it for Hope Harbor Zoo updates. It's slowly but surely coming together a lot more. And I really do gotta kind of flesh out this section over here, because once I do that, the whole zoo is really gonna start to flow together. I also have these statues over here. It was part of the Hope for the Future little thing that I'm putting together, which, by the way, in case if you guys do want to build some more statues, please do. But I forget the name. I think this was Kung Fu Ferret who built this one. We have this lovely one from Becca, absolutely gorgeous. And we also have one from my buddy Squatch over here. We just have Big Ape. So if you guys do want, like, it can even be a silly sculpture. It could be a realistic sculpture. It could be like a very heartwarming sculpture. I'm always in the mood to get some more, so that's really awesome over there. But yeah, that's about it for Hope Harbor Zoo. Very small changes, but I'm very excited to see where this leads to in the future. And I think we will end it over here on our beautiful little savannah. Let me just change out the lighting a little bit. Actually, we could change it for right over here. We'll end it with the giraffes because, listen, these are gorgeous little animals. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate you guys stopping by. Please enjoy your weekend. And yeah, I can't wait to see you all in the next episode. Take care and have the most wonderful of wonderful days. Bye-bye now.